What up, what up, what up? Live to roll. Oh, wait. Nope. What up, what nope. Up, what up? Sorry, I had the YouTube video open off to the side so that I could have the chat open. But now it's messing with me. Let me get rid of that. I'm doing this on my phone. I should have my keyboard. What's up, Fortnite Gamer, aka Thomas? Hi, Nicole. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday today, right? Yeah, yesterday was Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. That's when Tom does his show. On Wednesday. What up, what up, what up? Um, Hope you're doing well. And thanks for stopping by. We're back to cooking this week with T Fizzle. And you know what it is. We're cooking, we're hanging out, we're chatting. What up? We got Sarah in the chat, we got Jay in the chat, we got everybody popping in. What is going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a beautiful, happy Wednesday. I missed you guys yesterday too. Had I tickets to a Dodgers game, and I couldn't miss it. I had never been to Dodger Stadium before. My sister got me a ticket, and we had to go, and it was a ton of fun. It was Jackie Robinson night. Got a free jersey. The Dodgers won, which was great, and it was a ton of fun. It was super awesome night. So I do apologize for missing yesterday. I know I've not been super consistent on the Tuesday show this last 3 or 4 weeks. I've had some really significant changes with my caregivers and the hours in which they're assisting me. I've had some bladder stuff going on. I had an appointment with my urologist. I had to take care of myself, and I do apologize for missing out. I know Sean and Bobby have been holding it down. I have been watching the show, and they've been great. But I will be back next Tuesday, barring anything life happening coming at me. But we're cooking today. We're hanging out today. If there is anything you guys want to talk about, topics or anything, please feel free to throw some discussion points my way, and we can dig in while we're cooking. And I guess I should probably reveal what we're doing today. We're making sandwiches. Making yummy sandwiches. I've done some similar stuff before. I'm still working on getting like a heating element on my table that I can do some hot stuff like on a skillet or like a pot and stuff, so we could like do some other hot things. I want to move into that, but I'm doing this whole show on my own, and I can't get a camera back towards my regular burner because it's too far away from my computer, and I'm working on getting something that I can have on my table that I can do kind of a more better show for you guys. It's happening. I've been talking to my dad about help me figure out the power situation and get like a shelf for this thing that I want to buy on Amazon, and I'm totally working on it. So we are going to have more fun cooking stuff in the future, and we're just doing some meal prep type stuff. I call making a sandwich cooking. We're making a little gourmet sandwich today. I had an awesome opportunity to go picnicking with some really lovely people recently, and we did a little sandwich picnic. And I came home and I was making myself another sandwich because they were so good. I was like, dang, I got to do this on my Wednesday show. And so that's what we're doing here today. Um, that's what I'm working on, Nicole. I'm working on that exact thing. It's not an induction hot plate. It's something similar, but I think it's gonna be cool. I don't want to spoil anything. What's up, Sharon? Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you. I do love the induction thing. I like that. I love that it's not hot. I mean, it still gets your pan hot. You know, you like heat up your food. There's still a little bit of risk there, but I do love induction stovetops because they're super cool. You can touch it; it won't even hurt you. You're getting hungry. All right, I'm glad. We're gonna dive in just a minute here. I just wanted to take a moment to get the show started and to talk to all the people. No worry, Gracie. I'll try to speak up. If I am coming in quietly for everybody, please let me know. I can try to up the microphone level or move it a little bit closer. I got it raised up off the table today, so hopefully if I bump the table, it won't cause any like loud audio spikes. I was been trying to problem solve that, so we put it on a stack of plates, and I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit more stable and there won't be any. Because every time I bump the table, there'd be like a big audio spike. What up, Albie? What up, Mr. Wheels? If there's anybody that I missed, I think I got a chance to say hey to everybody that stopped by so far. I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. And yeah, let's dig in. Let's dive into it. Shout out to Mr. Wheels. Go check out what Mr. Wheels thinks on YouTube. He's a really amazing guy. Does a lot of cool, fun content. You can check him out on Twitch as well. Briones _ Mr. Wheels on Twitch, where he does gaming almost every day. And he's awesome, and we love him. You're 34 today. No way. Mr. Wheels, happy birthday. I'll call you after the show and give you a proper happy birthday, dude. But I love you so much, man. We're going to be partying here soon. You're going to be coming over to the valley. We're going to hang out, and we're going to celebrate properly. But shout out to Mr. Wheels. Happy birthday, my friend. I love you so, so, so much. You're such an awesome dude. And yeah, we're here, baby. Everyone, make sure to wish Mr. Wheels a happy birthday. You're live on Twitch right now. Oh my God, let's go, dude. Live streaming the T-Fizzle cooking stream, Mr. Wheels, let's go. Nadine, what's going on? I'm not ready. I know I'm not ready, but I'm trying to get ready. Oh man, I got a UTI right now. Nicole, in addition to some other a little bit more serious bladder stuff going on, unfortunately. And it's hurting me. It's making me super uncomfortable. It's making my bladder all spazzy, and I don't like it. But I got on some antibiotics just the other day, and I'm working on getting it better. So sending you healing vibes to anybody that's dealing with other UTI stuff. Thomas streams as well. Do you stream on YouTube or just on YouTube, or do you do it on Twitch as well? Mr. Fortnite Gamer 324. Thomas is a younger fella who's a part of the SCI community and a really awesome dude. So if you are into Fortnite gaming or just gaming in general, another really great guy to go check out. Shout out Thomas. And we're making sandwiches today, people. I got some of the accoutrements all ready to go. You know, I got an avocado that we're about to chop up. I got some buns because I like my sandwich on some buns, baby. We got some chips. I got the meat and the veggies and everything else in the refrigerator. We're going to get that stuff out right now. Well, actually not right now. We're going to get the bun in the toaster oven first, and then we're going to get the stuff out of the fridge while that is toasting. So let's get started with opening up this package. I like regular square bread, white bread, wheat bread, you name it. I'm going a little fancy today. I got some brioche buns just because I was feeling fancy. That's what I had recently on a sandwich, and it was so good. I was like, I'm going to do that again today because it was yummy. So let me dive on in. I got a pair of scissors here. I could probably do this with my teeth, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to cut open the bag using some scissors. See me use my teeth right there? So, just to keep things related to adaptive living and independent living skills and stuff, this is, I think, a really amazing exercise to kind of test and push your fine motor skills, your strength in your arms, and particularly your hands. There's a lot of like fine motor stuff. We're not really like doing anything too crazy in the way of like picking things up and down out of the oven, dealing with like heavier things or knives or anything like that. We only got a butter knife here today. We're even just gonna use the butter knife to cut the avocado. But making a sandwich, eating a sandwich, the foods that go with the sandwich are very much finger foods and hand driven uh, use and to consume and to create. So yes, we're going to be talking a lot about fine motor skills today. For anybody that isn't even familiar with that word, fine motor skills mean your hand movement, your finger movement. So motor skills are like larger muscles. Fine motor skills relate to your fingers and kind of more delicate movement and picking things up. They're motor skills, but they're fine motor skills because they're related to our hands specifically. Um, and maybe your toes. I don't know if those qualify as fine motor skills too. But I know some pretty talented people with their feet as well. Uh, but for anybody who is maybe wanting to learn to use their hands better to improve their fine motor skills, a task like this could certainly take you a while. But I promise you, it's lots of steps that involve using your hands and improving your fine motor skills. And I think it's a really, really great exercise to practice and learn with if that's what you feel inclined to do. Have you ever had a burger or sandwich eating holders so it doesn't fall apart? The most that I've done, and I'll show and demonstrate once we get to the end of this and like we eat the sandwich, the most I'll do is usually take a napkin or something and hold the burger or the sandwich in a napkin. My biggest problem when eating is like maybe gripping it solidly enough with my hand that sometimes things will fall out of the back of the sandwich. Now, that's not specifically related to someone that doesn't have great fine motor skills and, a disability. I've seen people lose the back end of their sandwich and they have perfectly normal functional hands. But I'll usually like wrap the back of it with a napkin to kind of hold on to it. One, to keep my hands from getting all saucy, and two, to keep like the contents from spilling out of the back of the sandwich. So we'll talk about it. Well, if you hang around towards the end, I'll like kind of demonstrate. As far as like a specific adaptive tool to hold the sandwich or the hamburger, I've never used anything except for maybe both hands. Cutting it into smaller portions, so quartering a sandwich or just having it, cutting it in half so that you can manage it easier. It's not so much, you're not like picking up the whole sandwich. Those I think are really simple, easy things to do. And just not being afraid to dig in and get your hands a little dirty and pick it up and just see how it goes. I will show you guys specifically though once we get towards the end how exactly I pick it up and do it without hopefully making a huge mess on myself, and I can manage it. Let me catch up on the chat a little bit here. Yeah, sorry you're dealing with that stuff, Nicole. Sending you good vibes. I hope that you have a urologist that you can speak with and that you trust that can help you along. And I honestly hate urgency that comes with a UTI. Oh, that's my least favorite part of having UTI is feeling like I have to pee all the time. Or like drinking a lot of water to help get over my UTI, because that's one of the best things you can do. Just stay super hydrated and pee a lot. But man, oh man, it sucks when I'm drinking a lot, have like 150, 200 cc's in my bladder, and I'll be feeling like it's super full and I have to pee, and it's not that much, and oh yeah, it's just frustrating and uncomfortable, especially if you get side effects that, like I get all sweaty and clammy around my neck and sometimes on my whole body if my bladder's not happy. Jay says, I always wait for my burger to cool down so it doesn't burn. Yes, yes, yes. By the time I get to eating my food and have it all prepared, it's usually like pretty cool. But yes, always be mindful of the temperature of whatever you're eating. And it can also, like, if you're dealing with something hot and it's making it hard to, uh, you know, pick up, touch, eat, whatever. You don't want to be messing with that anyways. You know, just like wait till your stuff is of a reasonable temperature and you're good to go. Okay, let me get going on this stuff so we don't end up with a 2 or 3 hour show again. 15 minutes already passed and I can't believe it. But this is going to be not too intense of cooking today. Things will, I think, go pretty quick. So let me dive in. I got my little scissors here. I'm just going to get an edge and clamp down on it. I just like push it against my abdomen when the blades are positioned around the bag. Now that I have it started, I can just bite it with my teeth, pull it open the rest of the way. This isn't a resealable bag. I got the smaller quantity of buns so that I didn't end up with too much food waste. Sometimes I don't eat all the bread that I end up getting before it starts to go bad. So I will probably put the rest of these buns in some Ziploc bags to keep fresh for the next couple days while I work on eating them. But let's prepare two today. That way I'll have a sandwich for lunch because I haven't eaten lunch yet, and then I'll have an extra sando for dinner later, or perhaps for tomorrow if I don't feel like eating it later. Alrighty. We got one bun. We got two buns. Ooh, two buns. Everybody's got two buns. And yeah, I'm being a little silly. Feeling a little silly. Okay, we are going to put these out to the side. I will Ziploc them later so that they can stay fresh. But in the meantime, we're just going to put them over here. Let's take these buns. I'm going to motor on back to my toaster oven. And we're going to pop these babies in there and do a nice light little toast on our buns. I don't like my buns too toasty. At least not for a turkey sandwich. But we're going to get a little toast on them. I wish I had a mobile camera for you guys that I could switch to and bring you guys back here with me. It's something that I'm working on, but with so many moving pieces and so much cooking, it's not always super realistic or easy for me. But I'm working on it. I want to get like a camera or like my phone, like a mount for my chair that I can maybe switch to. Okie dokie. I'm just putting my buns in my toaster oven. I'm going to hit the power. Hit toast. Okay, we're toasting. We got 3 minutes set on the toaster, so it's gonna go quick. In the meantime, let me grab what we're gonna need for the sandwich. First things first. Anybody that knows anything about sandwich making is don't forget the lettuce. We got some iceberg lettuce. Let me just gently roll that back there out of the way for now. Let me grab my grabber because I got a couple things further back in my fridge that this will come in handy in reaching. Y'all have seen this before. This is my reacher. I kind of just tuck it in my elbow like this, quad style I like to call it, and I use just like my bicep muscle and the bending of my elbow to work the grabber, and I just use my shoulder to move it around and to get it to where I need to go. This allows me to use the strength of muscles that I have use over and have developed, to make this task easier. It's just a regular standard reacher you get for like 15 bucks on Amazon. But we're gonna grab some stuff out of the fridge with it. Okay. We got our turkey. Alright, now let me grab the cheese. Cheesy, cheesy, cheesy time. Okay, let me grab the sauce. We got some chipotle lime mayonnaise. Let me set this down. Made with avocado oil, because I love me some avocados. What up, Nicole? Thank you so much for stopping by. Shout out, Nicole. I hope you're doing well. I hope you and your mom are having an awesome day. At Tom, what up, Derek? I'm going to try to use a grabber like that. I have similar movement. Heck yeah, dude. Give it a go. I don't know how it looks. Maybe coming from someone who hasn't done it that way. It honestly feels natural to me, but I've been using it that way for a very long time. I've found that it's just a lot easier than just using... Oh, here. Let me back up so I don't bump the table. Than just using your hands. Like, I can squeeze it between both hands like this, but you see how it's like so wobbly and stuff? I don't have a lot of strength or dexterity to kind of manipulate it or keep it where I need to go, especially once I pick something up. So yeah, give it a go, Derek. Try it out for a while. It may be a little bit of a learning curve too, and again, you know, the way that I do it may not work for everybody, but we're here to share ideas. We're here to get inspiration from one another on how to live more independently and how to just live and manage our activities of daily living. So that's awesome, and I hope that it works out for you. Now I want your grabber. The one I currently have is light but short. Sarah, the brand of this is called Kekoi, Kekoy. If you just type it into Amazon, it'll pop up. It'll be like the top hit. I think they sell 2 for $20, which is like a deal that I've seen. Or you can get them individually. I think they're a little bit more expensive. They're awesome. They have a magnet on the end as well, so that I can magnet my keys or like utensils and stuff if I drop them, which is super useful. And it collapses. It folds down and it can fit in my bag, which is just like a 17-inch laptop bag, and is amazing to be able to bring on trips or even just when I go out. If I drop something, I feel a lot more secure having one in my bag with me. So yeah, check it out. I'm going to grab the rest of my stuff. Oh, I can't forget about my buns. Oh no, they're burning. They got a little toasty. A little toastier than I wanted them to be. But I think one of them's salvageable. We're doing it live, baby. And yeah, that's what I get for having a big mouth and just talking. I said they were going to toast quick, and I forgot. Okay. We got some pickles. A jar of pickles. I'm not going to pick up with my grabber. You see how I just like kind of held it with my chin like this? So I usually have to have one hand to drive my chair. Like usually, I mean, I have to. If I'm trying to balance something, sometimes I'll use my chin to kind of stabilize it against my little belly shelf that I have here. And it just keeps it secure while I'm moving from point A to point B. And I can get a hand back on it. Don't be afraid to use whatever you got. You know, even if it's like your chin or whatever, your teeth. Be careful with your teeth because you only got one set of adult teeth and you want to take care of them. But sometimes you just gotta use what you got. Tom, you have biceps but not triceps. I'll practice with it. Be good. PT for my arm. Heck yeah. No, I have no tricep. I have no extend. Maybe a little bit. I can like extend out, but the lightest amount of pressure is, and I can't even fully extend. It's like very very light extension, but the tiniest bit of pressure, I'm like, ugh, I can't do it. Okay, let me get meat, cheese, sauce, veggies, pickles, lettuce, buns, chips, avocado. I think we have everything, but I think I have to retoast my buns because they got pretty toasty. So let me grab those out of there. I'm gonna pop in a fresh one just to have one that I know is for sure good. And sorry, my phone is going off, people. Let me silence this. Silence. Silence. Be quiet, phone. I should just hit the little button on the side. Sorry, you guys. Hold for silent. Okay, we're silent. Let me grab my burn buns out of here. Let me close my refrigerator. I think that we got everything that we need out of there. So, fridge is closing. I agree using a reacher is helpful. I used one before. It's great. Yes, reachers are your friends. Okay. Just bear with me for a second. Let me just get these burnt buns out of here. And honestly, they're not, I mean, that one's a little toasty. I could probably salvage it, but let me put in 2 fresh ones. Alright. Let's run this back. Oh yeah, those toasted for way too long. What's up, Leon? We're making turkey sandwich. We're doing a little gourmet turkey sando today. Gourmet according to T Fizzle. Maybe not a fancy chef, but I'm making it as gourmet as I can. And what up, Mama? Love you so much. Thanks for stopping by in the chat. Happy birthday, Mr. Wheels. Shout out. We love you, Mr. Wheels. Happy birthday again. Everybody make sure to say happy birthday to Mr. Wheels. And buns are toasting. We're only going to give them a minute this time. I'm going to pay attention. They're okay. They're still okay. They're still okay. Yeah, let me just focus on this. Then we'll chop up my avocado. I've done that a bunch of times, so you guys already know the drill on the avocado, but we'll do it real quick. I'm going to do it with a butter knife today and not a sharp knife to show you that it can be done with a butter knife in case you're afraid of poking yourself with a sharp knife, which everyone should be, and be mindful of that. Yo, what up, Crypto Rob? Turkey sandwiches, banging, baby. Let's go. And thank you for shouting out Mr. Wheels' birthday, dude. Happy birthday, Mr. Wheels. I'll say it again. Alright, bun is getting toasted. Let me show you guys. Alright, those are almost there. They're almost there. They're almost there. These ones got a little burnt. That happens. It's cooking. I'm just gonna throw these away because they're like too burnt that I want to eat. The other one I think is salvageable. It's just a little darker on one edge. But I'm gonna toss these, and then I'm gonna grab my other buns to make sure that they don't burn. Okay. Power is off. They're just starting to get a little crispy around the edges. Just how I like it. And yeah. I have to ask, have you tried soy on your avocado yet? I was waiting for you to ask me because I had avocado that I had to eat and I cut it in half and I was just gonna go in and scoop it out, but I had a little packet of soy sauce. I'm like, let me try out Leon's little, avocado soy sauce technique. And it was awesome, dude. It was super, super good. I didn't put too much on there because I didn't want to make it too salty. But oh man, it added some really nice flavor, a little umami, a little like, it certainly elevated it. So thank you for the pro tip, Mr. Leon. Okay, these are coming out. These are perfect. Okay. We got our buns. It doesn't take much. And if you got any other pro snack or food tips, please don't hesitate to share. And that goes for everybody. If, even like what I'm doing, you're like, hey, you should try that. I'm all for opening my mind to some different culinary creations or mixing up what I normally do to try something new. Dang, Leon, you should have came with dinner before you started watching the T Fizzle show. These ones, as you can see, are not black at all. They're nice and golden, brown and perfect. And yeah, we're gonna build off of it. This is our base. Let me prepare my avocado while we keep things going. I'm just gonna set my grabber down. Let me also get these scissors off of my lap so I don't poke myself. Last thing I want to do live on Live to Roll is injure myself cooking. Top priority is safety. Alrighty. I got an avocado right here. You guys have seen this pretty much every week since I've been doing these again, and still got the same technique. Hopefully, I disagree, Leon. I disagree. Your buns are perfect. I don't care what everyone else says, if anybody has any different opinions. They're perfect to me. And that goes for everybody. All of your buns are perfect. And that's not meant to be weird. Just being complimentary to everybody. This knife, as you can see, not super sharp. It does have like some serrated at the end, but it's a butter knife. Like, it's not sharp at all. Like, not even a tiny, tiny bit. It is meant to be a spreader and for toast. So we're going to cut the avocado using this bad boy because you don't need a sharp blade to cut an avocado. And you shouldn't fist bump to the perfect buns. Let's go, Ben. Speaking of perfect buns, shout out Mr. Ben Tipton. Okay, so we're just going to start, as you can see, as I've explained the last couple of weeks, I kind of palm my hand. I rest the avocado in the palm of my hand. I grab the knife backhanded, kind of like I'm Jason, like, getting ready to but I'm not because, yeah, I'm not crazy. And I'm going to murder this avocado instead. I just start by pushing the edge of the blade into the avocado. If it's ripe, even getting through the rind, like the skin on the outside, should be super super easy. Like if it's hard to cut into, then your avocado is probably not ripe. And you're going to be ready to eat anyways. It should be kind of soft. And then I don't really move the blade. What I do is I move the avocado. So you see me holding the knife kind of in a similar position, and I'm turning the avocado around. And it's just slicing through. The nice thing about this technique is if you just spin the avocado, you come right back to your starting point. Hopefully, sometimes I can mess that up, and it's not perfect, but this time I got it perfectly. And once you cut around the avocado, the top part, especially if it's ripe, it'll come away really loose from the pit, and it'll separate super super easy. I felt this one separate. I'm just going to get it the rest of the way, and bam, we got perfect avocado ready to go. We're just going to use this half that doesn't have the pit in it. This other half that does have a pit in it, I'm going to put it into my refrigerator. If you leave the pit in to your halved avocado, it'll keep it from like getting brown and like deoxygenating for like at least 5 or 6 hours, maybe even like extend it a little further. Like I could eat this later tonight with a little bit of soy sauce to have a little late night snack, like my boy Leon has suggested, and it'll still be good to eat later. Whereas if I just left this half out, or even in the fridge, it would get oxidized and probably not be something that I wanted to eat. But I'm going to snack on this half later by putting it in the fridge. So let me do that, and then we'll finish up the rest of this. Yummy, yummy, yummy avocado. Please don't start to tariff my avocados, Mr. President. They're expensive as it is, and I eat too many of them. I won't be able to afford it. Sorry, not making things political. I'm just joking around. Leave the pit in. Good advice. Heck yeah. That's also something that you can do if you're making guacamole. If you have it set out for a party or something, put a couple of the pits into the guac that you made with some lime juice in there, and it'll keep it fresh all day long. The only thing you have to do is protect it from the flies that might try to get to it, because they know what's good. T Fizzle is the master of avocados. That's right. Well, they say you are what you eat. And if that's the case, then I'm half potato and I'm half avocado. I'm just, again, let me turn so you guys can maybe see this a little bit better. Let me not block it with my knee. Alright, perfect angle. Let's go. Sorry, I wish I could show this to you guys a little bit better. But, again, I'm just holding the knife backhanded, just like I was earlier. And I'm just slicing down the avocado. I'm barely even putting any weight. Like, the knife is, like, literally sliding through it like it's melted butter. It's very, very smooth and easy. I'm just slicing at slightly incremented points and just creating a bunch of nice yummy avocado slices for my yummy sandwich. Avocados and potatoes forever. Let's go. What up, E Fizzle? In the building. You have some driving skills. So that's kind of the other thing that I do when my hands are busy, and obviously like I got avocado in one hand and a knife in the other, and you see me, I'm using my elbow to navigate my wheelchair. I can also do that like if I'm holding a drink with both hands. I can like drive with my elbow, like if I got a drink at a bar and I'm trying to get back to my table or something, or just get across the room with a cup. Usually I'll like do that with my coffee, and that's just a lot of practice. Like I've been in my power chair for. I didn't have it for the first few years of my injury. I think I was in a manual chair for like the first 3 or 4 years, and then I got a power chair, and there's no looking back. So that's just like a quarter of a century worth of power wheelchair experience under your belt. You pick up some tricks to do what you got to do. And yeah, I've just been driving a power chair for a long time. I wish there was a way to like speed run getting really good at driving your chair, but the best way to do it is to just use it, to be in it, to be driving around and using it. I don't remember the first time I drove with my elbow like that, but once I realized I could do it, I was like, hey, that might be handy at some point in time. Again, it's something to be very mindful and safe doing. Don't don't crash don't crash into stuff. If you're carrying something, you can still easily drop or spill if you're doing something like that. So it's okay to practice. Just be mindful if you do decide to start driving like a crazy person like T Fizzle. Okay, we got our buns, we got our avocado prepped and ready to go. We need to sauce our buns. And in order to do that, we need our mayo. I got my Chipotle lime mayo right here. Good pun, very handy. Haha, thanks. I'm pretty sure even if you need one, I would still, even if, no, I still don't want one. Power wheelchairs rock. Power wheelchairs are the best. Bobby and Sean rock the manual chair. I think Sean has power assist wheels. I know that Bobby has some cool wheelchair attachments for his manual too, to make getting around easier. And they do it well, and it's awesome. And their manual chair offers some freedom in certain situations that I miss out on because of my power chair, perhaps. But the opposite is also true in that my power chair enables me to be independent. It allows me to cook like this from like a stable power chair where I can be tilted back and nice and comfy and not have to worry about my balance as much. I for a long time had a manual chair and a power chair. Since my manual chair broke, I haven't gotten a replacement one, but my power chair makes me so independent. It makes me independent when I leave my apartment and go out and about for my errands and whatever I have to do. It makes me independent in my apartment, meaning like I couldn't transfer in and out of my bed from a manual chair independently. I couldn't cook and feed myself and do everything that I do, honestly, without my power chair. So whatever piece of equipment suits you best, and it's always best if you can have both, best of both worlds. But I love my power chair, and it opens a lot of doors for me in terms of independence and opportunities to go out and live my life confidently and a little bit more easily than I think I would if I was just in my manual chair. All right. Let me... I gotta get some of this mayo. Alright. Just trying to get the mayo to the end of the bottle so it'll squeeze out nice and easy. I am so much more productive in my power chair. That's the other big thing too, is propelling myself, like my whole body, around all day. Oh, it's a lot of muscles. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of wear and tear on your shoulders and stuff. While I think it's good for you to push at times and to exercise and to keep yourself in a good shape like that, I can do so much more being in my power chair and like not wasting all of my energy just pushing myself. It opens up so many more opportunities. And my mom just said it. The electric chair is safer for long-term use as well. You tell someone who's spent their life in a manual chair, they might disagree, but you know, there is no right answer. The right answer is what works best for you in your particular situation. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let me mayonnaise this bun. Alright. Not gonna go too heavy on the mayo. Keep it nice and light. Let me set this back down. I am patiently waiting for power wheelchair. I don't last long in my manual chair and hurt just so much from pushing. Yeah, that was my experience too. For the first few years, I would just be so fatigued coming home from school and stuff. From pushing and pushing and getting myself around. And the wear and tear was already starting for me when I was still in my adolescence. And thankfully, I had some really, really great DMEs, like my wheelchair vendor. Shout out Western Rehab in Northern California. They gave me my first 3 or 4 wheelchairs, and they recommended the power chair for me, and one of the best recommendations I ever got. I'm just spreading my mayo. And you're right, Leon, mama knows best. Shoulders, I use my shoulders so much for transferring and for stuff like this. Just doing things around my apartment. So much. And you're right, you gotta keep them healthy. You gotta keep yourself healthy. Keep yourself in shape. And a big part of that is not wearing yourself out. Okay. Just spreading the mayo. Not rushing. Taking my time. So I can get a nice even spread. Don't want to miss out on a bite where I have some of this yummy chipotle mayo. I'm going to lick my knife to clean it up because I can and I wanted to, and that's tasty. I'm sitting in number 7. Dang, this is my, I think 4th or my 5th power wheelchair. Hi Viv, what up, Miss Viv? T Viv in the chat. How are you, Miss Viv? I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Okay, we got half of our bun mayonnaised up. And we're going to start to build this bad boy. Let me grab my lettuce. I got to open this up. Oh, and I rolled it right into my mayonnaise bun. Hey, it's okay. That's cooking. Sometimes you make a little bit of a mess. You're doing well. That's great to hear, Viv. Have you seen the Minecraft movie? If so, I need your rating. 1 out of 10. What'd you think? I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers, but I've seen the trailers and stuff, and whenever I see it, I think about you. I'm like, oh, I wonder if Viv's seen the new Minecraft movie. Alright, so I'm just going to clean up this lettuce. Like I said, I just rolled it into my mayonnaise bun. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. And we're going to open this package. We're going to open our iceberg lettuce. Messes have to happen. That is an essential part of cooking, is making a mess. You're going to have to clean up a little bit at the end of the day. Maybe even clean yourself up. And that's perfectly okay. Honestly, that's part of the fun. And this packaging, this tape, is not coming off as easy as I thought it would. Ugh. Come on. I didn't want to have to grab my scissors. Alright, we got it. Using my quad strength. My niece went to see it yesterday and she said it was really good. I've heard good things. And I love Jack Black. Jack Black is... I love him. I love him so much. He's one of my favorite comedians. Actors, everything. Musicians. Chicken jockey. Jay knows. That's so funny, dude. Let's go. I've seen it twice. Oh, I knew you were gonna have seen it, Viv. Let's go. Um, Not bad. I was just very overwhelmed. Needed more Minecraft though. It's a fun movie. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing. Is that it's a fun movie. It could have done a little bit better. It could have been worse. I've heard that like the fans are going crazy in the movie theaters. So I hope you guys' movie theater experience wasn't bad, but I'm excited to check it out. All right, we're going to break off some lettuce. I'm just gonna peel back a couple of these leaves. And there's really no special quad trick to this. I kind of just dug my thumb into the head of the lettuce and used some leverage and some muscle to just peel off some leaves. So we're going to just set this off to the side. We're going to use that to build our sandwich. This lettuce bag, I don't know if I'm going to be able to reseal it, but I'm going to worry about it after I finish the live. In the meantime, I'm just going to set it off to the side over here, so it's out of the way. But we will I'll try to reseal that so I can use it for a couple more days and eat it all up. I'll just say it's very boxy. Well, that is Minecraft. I mean, Minecraft is a cube world. Everyone's a cube. Everyone's a cube. Everything's a cube. The whole world is cubey. Chicken Jockey Squad, let's go. Well, thanks for all the feedback, you guys. I'm excited to check it out. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put our turkey over here. I'm going to lay down a couple pickles on this side since it has the mayonnaise layer. The reason I'm putting it on the mayonnaise layer is because I think it'll protect the bun from getting soggy from the pickles. I mean, they're toasty, so I don't think I have to worry about that too much. And I'm not gonna pour all the pickle juice on it, but as far as I know, that is sandwich etiquette, is to put the pickles on the saucy side. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a professional, and I do not want to spill this jar of pickles. It's a plastic jar, so that's great. I don't think I would end up with glass everywhere, but that's a whole lot of pickle juice to clean up off the floor. So we're going to be very, very careful while we fish out our pickles. I'm just going to use this butter knife to fish out our pickles. I'm going to use this paper towel to wipe off the blade so I don't get my pickles all mayonnaisey. Super, super easy. Just gonna fold the blade of the knife inside the paper towel and squeeze and pull the knife out. And nice and clean. Okay. Dill or sweet pickle. These are kosher dill. And they're pretty yummy. I'm not particularly kosher, but these are Boar's Head kosher dill pickle chips, and they had some carrots and other stuff in there too, which really caught my eye. I love me some pickled onions. I love me some pickled carrots. I love me some pickled pickles, aka cucumbers. And thanks for complimenting my buns, Leon. I appreciate it. Alright, I'm just going to fish out a couple of these pickle chips and transfer it over to my sandwich. I could probably do this a little bit easier with a fork. We're not rushing here. We got plenty of time, so I'm going to just see how this goes. If I need to alter my method, I will. But I think I got this. I've already eaten out of this pickle jar. a couple times. So it was a lot easier getting them out of here because all the pickles were right at the top. But now that I've cleared some space, they're a little further into the jar and making it a little bit more difficult, but we're going to get it. I'm trying to just balance them on the blade of the butter knife, and then you can see I'm just giving it a little bit of assistance by holding on to it right there. That was like a 3 or 4 stacker. So let me spread these bad boys around the sandwich, around the bun. And I'm a pickle boy, so we're gonna need a couple more on there before I'm gonna be satisfied with my pickles. Pickles and buns. The show is spicy today. Let's go. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. We got plenty of pickles on there now. I'm going to set this off to the side. Tom, what would... That would be tough, even with able hands. Yeah. Well, I could have gone and grabbed a fork and just stabbed them and scooped them a little bit easier, or even with a spoon. You're right. Like it's like trying to balance them on the edge of a knife blade. It's maybe not the easiest task. I'm just trying to not make a bunch of dishes, and I had already like used that utensil, so I was like, why not? Let's go for it. And also, really great practice for your dexterity and your fine motor skills. You see all this like delicate handwork. It took me years and years and years and years and years to develop these hand skills. And the only way that I learned how to use my quad paws the way that I do and the way that you guys see is just from doing a lot of this stuff and not doing it very effectively or very efficiently. But over time, I learned how to use the few muscles that I have, a lot of like leverage and physics and, you know, just like kind of common sense stuff to improve upon those skills, strengthen the muscles that I do have, you know, like my tenodesis muscle. So like I can pick up things like a paper towel relatively easy. Shout out Paul. What's going on, Paul? Thank you so much for stopping by. And I can't emphasize enough, you guys, how great doing something like this is for developing those skills, for developing these fine motor skills, and making it, they translate too. So it doesn't just make cooking easier and cooking possible and realistic, but it extends to so many other ADLs, so many other activities of daily living. If you can improve upon your fine motor skills, it'll just make everything easier. It'll make using your phone easier. It'll make using your computer easier. It'll make, you know, writing or interacting with whatever you use your hands for easier. And even though they might not be the strongest or the most functional, doesn't mean that they're not useful. You just have to learn how to make them useful sometimes. And that's what we're doing, is we're learning. We're learning together. Okay. I'm going to put the lid back on my pickle jar because I'm done. Pickle surprise, pickle surprise. And Viv, I am making a turkey sandwich. We toasted our brioche buns. We got our sauce on there. We got our mayonnaise on there. We got our pickles on there. I'm going to try to close this tightly. We chopped up our avocado. We haven't applied it yet, but we're about to. Tightening a jar, not the easiest thing. Let me show you guys how I do it. So I just screwed it on there loosely. It's still pretty loosey-goosey here, like I'm barely squeezing it, and it can turn on me. And obviously it needs to be tight in order to keep it fresh and to keep it from making a mess and spilling in my fridge. I can't grip this lid very well just using the strength of my tenodesis. Like my hand is still just like resting on top of it. Like I'm not gripping it at all. maybe just a little bit, but you know, like not enough to hold the whole thing up. I'm letting the weight of the pickle jar rest on my bottom hand, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze them together. I'm mostly going to apply force using the top of my hand, and then I'm going to use my chin to help turn my hand. So I'm using what muscles I do have in my arm to kind of assist as well, but most of the strength is honestly coming from my neck and my chin. And what I'm doing is I'm just applying pressure. I'm squeezing it together, and then I'm using some other muscles to just squeeze tighter and to get a really good seal on this pickle jar. Now I'm trying to open it, and it's like really solidly on there. I can do the same technique to open it, just squeeze and turn the other way, and now it's free again, and I can just unscrew it and pop it off. But so that technique can be used in both ways. One to open a jar and to close a jar. Took me a long time to kind of figure this out. It's also something that you need to be really careful with. If you have like a glass jar especially, and you're trying to do this, like I've had it slip before and fall, and you end up with, you know, glass and whatever the contents of the jar all over the place and maybe all over you. But shop smart. This is a plastic pickle jar, no glass involved. So even if it did fall, it would certainly be a lot safer and easier to clean up. There wouldn't be glass everywhere. And yeah, that's how you close a jar. You can do this for mason jars. You can do this for a jar of peanut butter, whatever it might be. Applicable to all of those. I see you like chicken with your pickles. I actually got turkey. I do love me some chicken too, some oven roasted chicken sliced on a sandwich. Heck yeah, but we're doing oven roasted turkey today. I'm just gonna put the pickles away. Alright. Dealing with something like that, I call it the two-hand rule. I can't even pick it up with one hand, but I don't wield it or have it unless I can like have two hands on it. Same for any kind of cup with liquid in it or anything. Always squeeze with two hands. If you're trying to do it with one, especially if you just got a floppy quad paw, it's gonna be tough. More power to you if you're able to. Able to do it safely and confidently, but for me, I gotta use two hands for pretty much anything, unless it's really light, like a butter knife or a piece of lettuce. And I can barely do that with my right hand. My right hand is a lot less functional than my left. If you see me reaching across to do a lot of things with my left hand, it's because I have a lot more strength and a lot more dexterity with my left hand. I'm left-handed, it's just my dominant side, and that's how I've learned. I've used it a lot more and therefore like strengthened it a little bit more. I wish I was a little bit more balanced when I was younger, using my right side, because it certainly I think got a little less functional on me over the time that I wasn't using it. I think I've kind of curbed that and stopped it from getting less functional and trying to preserve what use I do have out of it. But my right hand is, I call it my floppy hand, because it's just kind of floppy and useless unless I'm just like moving something around with it. Like I can't grab stuff with it very effectively. Even grabbing something like a Q-tip is really hard with my right hand, and that's about as light and easy as it can get. Okay, let's build the rest of our sandwich. We need some cheese. How am I gonna do this? I don't know if there's any proper sandwich etiquette to it. I was wondering this the other day. I'm like, am I doing this order of things right? Is it like cheese? I know the cheese goes on top of the burger, lettuce and tomato go on top of that. So do I put the cheese on top of the turkey? I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess. You're overthinking it, T-Fizzle. You're overthinking it. Okay, this is a zipper bag. This is a zip seal bag, just like a Ziploc, but it's just what they sold the cheese in to be able to reseal it and keep it fresh. Um, I use my teeth and I use my hands. This is normally you would pinch both sides and pull it apart with your hands. I can't pinch enough with either hand to grip both sides effectively, so I have no way to like meaningfully grip it and open it. So what I do is I grab one side with my teeth, like so, and then I'll use both hands to pinch the other side. So you can see I have one half in my teeth, and then the other side of the zipper bag I'm actually gripping in between my thumb and the palm of my hand. And you just pull it open. There you go. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And of course, my cheese square is breaking up on me. Trying to get a nice cheese pull. If I gotta pull pieces off, that's okay. I'm left-handed, but have more function in my right. And that's just how it goes sometimes, Derek. Everyone's different. Sometimes, like, your injury makes a certain side more dominant just because that's how the cookies crumbled with your nerves and stuff. You know, I've known people that are stronger with their non-dominant hand just because they had, like, a little bit more muscle, a little bit more function with that side of it. It all comes out the same, no matter what order it goes in. That's right, Fernandez. Heck yeah, dude. That's so funny. Alrighty. We're gonna put our cheese down. I'm just gonna do one square of cheese. Don't want it too cheesy. So, you're like, what the heck is Tom doing now? I'm trying to reseal the zipper. Again, it's not easy for me to go down the bag and just squeeze with my hand. I don't have the strength to pinch the zipper closed. Even like doing my strongest Tina Desus squeeze, like there's no way I can do it. So you saw me using my chin again. What I'm doing is I'm just like trying to line up the zipper so that like it clips together, and then I'm just using the palm of my hand and my chin to zip it closed. And it can be a little difficult to finagle, like just to get the zippers to like meet up perfectly, but then you can feel them snap together, and once you get it started just a little ways, then the rest of it is much easier to kind of just squeeze and snap together. So use your chin, folks. Make sure to wash your face at the end of the day. I use my jaw and my neck as much as I use my hands and my shoulders to do a lot of what I do in terms of ADLs, food preparation, stuff like that. Okay, so we are done with the cheese. Can I have some cheese, please? No, we're done with it. It's already put away. I'm just going to set that off to the side. I'll refrigerate it up after the fact. And now we have to open up our turkey. This is a fresh pack. I haven't opened it quite yet, but we're going to. This is another resealable package, but it has never been opened. So there's a sticker holding the seal or the zipper down. Let me pull the sticker off. If you just saw me spit a piece of paper out of my mouth and it fly on the floor, don't judge me too much. I'll pick it up later. It's supposed to have gone on my lap. Okay, it's Not a very quad friendly bag. Um, True. I can maybe transfer this into a more quad friendly bag. My favorite kind of zipper bags are the zip locks, where they have like an actual like plastic tab that you slide along to unzip. Um, the like it has like a little clip that just slides along and that seals the bag. Those are my favorite. Those are like the easiest for me to use. And sometimes you can buy like the deli meat and stuff, and it has that kind of like little tab that is, I think, super quad friendly. I'll try to get one of those bags in the future to demonstrate. I've just the majority of the bags that I've used, and I use Ziplocs for a lot of stuff. I've just kind of gotten good and learned how to just use the regular Ziplocs, these like little zip strips instead of like the little tab that you slide across. And it's not the most quad friendly thing in the world, but we're making it work, baby. Um, Let me catch up with the chat. I've been in the chair for a long time, but still get slightly depressed when I don't accomplish anything for a day. Anyone else? It goes away, but I feel like crap for a minute. No. You're certainly not alone, Fernandez. Um, I am right there with you, dude. I resonate with that comment so much that you don't even know. Well, maybe you do, because you're in the same boat as me. Um, I think it's really important to give yourself grace, to give yourself credit, especially on the days when you don't do as much, because sometimes just getting up is all that you can do. And if that's all you can do, and you accomplished it, then you deserve to give yourself some credit and some love and a pat on the back and to feel proud of yourself. You know, I can sometimes feel like not accomplishing a lot myself. And, you know, I'm getting up and I'm dressing myself and I'm feeding myself and I'm doing my care and, you know, I'm going out and doing my errands and, you know, I'm like doing my Live to Roll show and I'm doing everything. But I still feel like I'm not doing enough. And I gotta kick myself in the behind and being like, no, you're doing more than enough, T-Fizzle. You're doing more than a lot of folks. And even those folks that can't do as much, that are still doing as much as they can and doing the best that they can, they still deserve a lot of love and deserve to feel proud and to feel accomplished. So I just want to remind yourself to give yourself some credit, give yourself some love, even more so on the days where maybe you don't feel like you accomplish as much. And I can understand how that can maybe feel hard, because that's why you're feeling that way in the first place, is feeling down on yourself for not doing as much. But if the day isn't over, you know, maybe seize that opportunity to push yourself to do something that you didn't plan on doing, or you maybe felt like you didn't have the energy for, but you gave it an honest try. Even if you didn't accomplish it, even if you failed doing it, at least you tried. And if you're trying, then you're doing. And if you're doing, then that's it. Then you're doing it. Like, give yourself credit, give yourself love. Like, that is it. So I'm giving you some credit. I'm giving you some love. I'm giving you some props, Mr. Fernandez. I really appreciate you being here today, for doing all that you've done today. And make sure to give yourself some love too, because I know you certainly deserve it, my friend. You may not think you're not doing anything, but just surviving with a spinal cord injury is a big accomplishment. Yes, Leon, I cannot reiterate that enough. That's what I tell myself. Our condition is a full-time job. Not that it's an excuse. You're totally right. You're totally right. And I know able-bodied people that some days they don't even get up out of bed because they don't have the energy or the ability to do so. It's I think everybody goes through it. I think it's a little easier for us to feel that with our disability and maybe kind of societal pressure, family pressure, friend pressure. You know, especially if you're like seeing other people doing a lot of things and you're like, man, I haven't done too much today. They're not living with a disability. You put them in your shoes for 5 minutes and I guarantee their priorities might change for the day as well. So just remember, give yourself credit, man. Give yourself props. Especially on days when you're feeling down. Bobby, what's going on, Mr. Bobby? Thanks for stopping by. And let me just catch up with this last comment. We're all allowed to have depressive moments at times. It's completely normal. As long as we don't get stuck living there, every day is a brand new day to start over and keep on moving forward. Miss Nicole, you said it. That is everything right there. We're all allowed to have those days. The important thing is you don't stay stuck in those moods, and that you can wake up fresh the next day with a different attitude and a different plan and execute whatever that may be. We got Luke in the building too. What up, Mr. Wheelchair Raver? All right, everybody. Let me open up this deli meat, this oven roasted turkey. And Bobby, we're making some delicious gourmet turkey sandwich today. I got my brioche buns toasted. We got our mayo, we got our pickles, we got our cheese, we got our lettuce peeled. We're just gonna put the rest of this together and wrap it up because we've already been going for an hour and 15. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same technique that I did opening the cheese. I'm going to grab one side of the zipper bag with my teeth. I'm going to grab and pinch the other side between my thumb and the palm of my hand, and it's just gripping that other half of the zipper bag. I'm going to bite the other side, and I'm just going to pull it apart. Came apart super easy. Now, the thing that I'm facing now is the bag is sealed beneath the zipper to keep the turkey fresh, I'm assuming. And I ran into this before, and it can be super, super tough to pull apart. The issue is that the strength of the zipper isn't much, so it's pretty easy to separate and pull that apart. Where they've heat sealed this bag, it's a lot more difficult to pull apart. So what's happening is the side that I'm grabbing with my teeth, it's actually tearing the bag because I need a little bit more distributed pressure to open this up. Now we're still going to open it. The bag might rip. If the bag rips, then I'll just have to use another Ziploc to keep my turkey fresh. But give me a second and let me see if I can do this. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, we got it. So, you saw what I did there. I actually grabbed, once I got enough purchase, I grabbed with the palm of my hand instead of just using my thumb and one point of pressure. I distributed the pressure a little bit, which gave a better, stronger pull on the bag, and it came right apart. And the zipper's still intact. This oven roasted turkey smells delicious. Let's put some of it on our sandwich. How about that? Alright, and I'm not missing any. I'm having a great hump day, Mr. Bobby. I hope you're having a wonderful hump day, too. And a good thing I've been streaming so long, because it gave you a chance to wake up from your nap. Heck yeah, that's why I was streaming so long. It's because I was waiting for my friend Viv to finish up napping. Speaking of naps, I'm going to nap so hard after this show. I did not get a ton of rest last night, and I'm so excited to eat my turkey sandwich and to get into bed at 6:30. Okay. How much turkey do you like on your sandwich, people? I'm going with 2 pieces. I gotta try the avocado and soy sauce thing you guys talked about. It sounds good. Do it, Crypto Rob. I can attest. It is awesome. And I can agree. Everything gets better when Bobby shows up. Okay, let me flip this around so we can have nice even distribution of turkey meat. Okay. Give me 2, Utah. 2. All right, I got you. Might take me a while to get over to Long Beach, but delivery's on the way. Being with my Live to Roll fam always gives me the push I need. I appreciate you all. I really concur and agree with you a ton, Sarah. I want to give you guys all a huge shout out, especially when I'm struggling. It's really hard for me to miss shows. It's hard for me to not stick to my plan when I plan to cook, but I'm not feeling up to it because it is a lot of energy and it's a lot of work. I always appreciate you guys so much for giving me strength, for inspiring me, for motivating me, for supporting me, even on the days that I'm not able to do all this stuff for you guys. I just want to say that my Live to Roll fam inspires me and motivates me every day. And you guys are that reason. And Sean and Bobby and the rest of the Live to Roll crew, Brianna, Paul, Chad, everyone that's part of the Live to Roll squad. You guys keep me moving. Derek, do I do my own transfers? Yes, I do my own transfers. I'm gonna do a live where we're gonna do like a transfer show. We're gonna take a break from cooking. We're gonna point my camera at the bed, and I'm gonna show you guys my transferring technique. There's some really great videos already on the Live to Roll channel. Sean has one, shows his technique. I have a video that I did years ago now that shows my technique. But I want to do like a live one for you guys too, so we can go into it a little bit more detail, spend some more time talking about the nuances. My son is in a wheelchair and he's my hero. I think you all are amazing and you need to know how powerful you are no matter what you accomplish in a day. You're doing it. Thank you, Sharon. And you were so right. And shout out to all our mamas out there. My mama is my hero. My mom and my dad. And I love them so much. And it's going to make me start to cry if I talk anymore about how much I love them and how much I appreciate them. But it is beyond words. And the success that I have and the reason I work so hard and do what I do is because of them. And I'm sure your son feels the same way, Sharon. Shout out to all the parents out there. Y'all are heroes too. I got some kettle cooked original Lay's. Okay. Oh, the avocado. The avocado, T-Fizzle. You forgot your favorite part. Oh my gosh. How could I do that? It's my favorite part of the sandwich. You just got a new wheelchair and it's been life-changing. Let's go, Viv. I'm so happy for you. That can change your life. Especially when you find the right chair. It's just so important to your success. Before I do my avocado, let me zip this bag up. Zipping it just like the cheese bag. And I'm so sorry, Bobby. I hope that wasn't triggering for you. Shout out to your mama. Rest in peace. I know she's looking down. How proud she is of you, Bobby. And sending tons and tons and tons of love to you and the rest of your family always. And yeah, I love you so, so much, Bobby. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that this zipper zips all the way so that my turkey can stay fresh, because I still got a bunch of it. And we're almost there. I can't believe it took this long. It took finally getting a doctor who listens to me. That's usually all that it takes. My mom was a great inspiration to me. A little crazy, but aren't we all? That is true. Some crazier than others. This guy right here. That's amazing, Viv. And yes, I want some details. Okay, we got our turkey sealed. I'm gonna put it back in the fridge because I don't want it sitting out. So let me just toss this in my fridge. And yeah, we were just talking about it earlier, how much energy it saves you having the right kind of chair, having the right equipment for you. The opportunities that it opens up for you can be truly amazing. Okay, I'm just going to scoop some avocado slices out of this bad boy. Normally I'll do this with a spoon. This avocado is super, super ripe. I'm just going to spoon a little bit, or scoop some of it out with my butter knife, and I'll just spread it out on the bun. Let me just get a couple more slices. I did wash my hands before getting started with this. Can't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty though. So let me just separate these avocado slices a little bit more. I'm gonna get one more piece on there because I said it and I'll say it again. I'm an avocado boy. So let me just get one more nice slice of avocado. I'll catch up on the chat in just a second. Alrighty. Bam, bang, bang, boom. We're good. Still got some avocado left over. I'll snack on that. But for now, let's finish putting this sandwich together. Okay. Now, I gotta flip it without losing all my stuff. And not too bad. Almost lost the bun, but we made it, baby. Now I'm gonna smash it down a little bit, and our sandwich is actually upside down. So let me flip that bad boy over, and boom! Gourmet turkey sandwich on a brioche bun with lettuce, pickles, turkey, cheddar cheese, chipotle, lime, mayo, and some avocado. That's it, baby. We did it. Let me show you guys the final product. Just got to take a bite. Now, parental love are the best people. Yes, parents are the best. Well, they can be. Not everyone can say that, but don't take it for granted if you do have some good ones. Nice looking sandwich. Thank you. I appreciate it. So we got a question earlier. I think it was from Jay, who asked, "How do you pick something up like this? How do you eat it without it falling apart?" I don't use any sandwich holder or anything. What I could do to make this a little bit easier, I would have a hard time doing it myself, honestly. The main reason why I'm not cutting it in half is just because it would probably end up falling apart and more messy than it is right now. But I will show you my technique. So if you can just get like a little purchase under the bun. So I'll squeeze the top bun down to keep it all together, and then I'll use like my index finger to just lift the top of the bun. And I'm just trying to get like a purchase on the side of it. Be careful, don't do what I do. Take one bite and have the back fall out of my lap. So we talked about that early, Bobby, and I'm going to show you how I avoid that because that's a problem for me too. So if I can get a little bit of purchase underneath the sandwich and squeeze the top bun, then I can pick it up pretty confidently without losing anything. I did lose a tiny little piece of lettuce, but that's okay. And honestly, that's sandwich part two. Is the little bits that fall on your plate, and I love it. Okay, so how I avoid the back falling out of my sandwich or my burger is I wrap it up, kind of like In-N-Out style, where they have like the paper that goes around it, and like the front is open for you to take a bite, but the back has nowhere to go because my hands like holding it with a napkin. Again, 2-hand rule. I need 2 hands to hold this sandwich. But I can take a big, huge, delicious bite. Watch. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Nothing fell out the back. If it, let me finish chewing. Bye, Bobby. Love you, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Um, just wrap the back in a paper towel and pick it up. Go for it. If you lose a little bit here and there, that's okay. It's just the nature of eating a sandwich. But this is kind of my technique. I can also hold it with one hand. That might be a little bit more advanced. It's hard for me to take a bite this way because as soon as I take a bite, things start to get a little bit wonky with my grip. It's really kind of resting in my hand. I'm not really holding it so much as it's just kind of like sitting in this like little like the little shape of my open thumb right there. But the most secure way is to 2 hands on the sandwich to support it, and then you just take a bite. Okay. Can't forget about the chips. Let me wipe my face. Oh, it's so good. So good. It's not the best sandwich I've ever had in my life, but top 5. Top 5 for sure. Okay. And I hear you, Derek. I think it's great that you have an adaptive tool that works for you, even if it requires someone to help you get set up with the sandwich. You know, if it means that you can eat it on your own. I am a pickle boy. I'm all kinds of things, Nicole. It changes every day. I guess I add to it, I guess. You know, I'm doing all this stuff on my own just because I don't have anybody here to help me. And I'm like pushing myself and wanting to demonstrate as much as I can with you guys to inspire, you know, hopefully inspire some ideas for maybe if you want to try doing some of this stuff. If you got someone there to help you, you know, this is something you could do together with, you know, a caregiver or family member or somebody. Do as much as you're able to. If you make a mess, you got some extra pair of hands. If you need someone to help set up your sandwich in like a sandwich holder for you, but that means that you can eat it on your own, bam, boom, like job done, success. And really encourage everyone to, and this is a lesson for T Fizzle too, ask for help, use help, don't push yourself too hard, just for the sake of doing it, especially if it's going to cost you energy and time in the long run. It's totally okay to ask for some help. What I really do encourage everybody is to just get involved in the process, even if it's spreading the mayo on your buns or, you know, whatever it might be. Picking the lettuce off of the head of lettuce or something. Just staying engaged, using and utilizing what you have. I promise once you start to do a little bit, then you want to do more and more and more and the next thing you know, you'll be making the whole sandwich by yourself. It would be nice if when you shop, someone could repackage things for you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if only. Okay, so let me show you how I open this bag of chips. This is not a zipper bag. Once you break the seal is broken. What I've done a lot of times is I'll bite and like just get a little slit on the top seal, and then I'll tear it and like kind of open the corner. But that makes it really hard to like reseal the bag with the bag clip. So I've been trying to do it where like normally how you're supposed to just grab both sides and pull it apart. And that's what I'm going to try to do here. Bye, Leon. Thank you so much for stopping by, dude. I appreciate your positive words and all the love and the support. And we'll catch you later, dude. Okay, let me open this bag. I'm going to do it just like I did the cheese and the turkey. Is I'm going to bite one side. I'm going to pinch the other side with my hands. I'm just going to pull apart. And bam, opened right along the seal. Nice and easy. So I can just grab a handful of these, shake it next to my sandwich. Can't forget the chips. Can't forget the chips. And thanks, Sharon. I really appreciate it. Now, once I have my serving of chips, let me try one for good measure. Wipe off all my crumbs. I got a bag clip over here. Let me grab the bag clip. I want my chips to stay fresh. You need something like a bag clip for these kinds of bags because they don't reseal. What I do is I'll straighten the bag up so it's like nice and even, and then I'll just try to roll it down. What I'm doing is I'm placing it along my wrist, and then I'm just like folding the lip down, and I'm just gonna try to roll it down. Maybe I described that poorly. I try to like hold the bag flat, push all the air out of it, just kind of like along my forearm, and then I'll use my other hand to just fold down the top of the bag and just kind of try to roll it. Sometimes I can get like a better roll than other times. Depends on the bag, depends on how full they are, depends on like the type of packaging. But then once I get it folded down, I bite the clip because I need both hands to kind of position the bag. Be careful doing this. I've like bitten the clip before and it's like popped out, flew out of my mouth. I've had it like snap close and like pinch my like lips and stuff, or like smack against my teeth. Some springs and some clips are stronger and more intense than other clips. This one is pretty relaxed, pretty like it's a pretty weak spring. Gets the job done in holding the bag sealed, but I'm able to hold it pretty confidently in my teeth without feeling like it's gonna pop back open or like fly away from me. So I can't talk this next part, so I'm going to open the bag clip with my teeth. I'm going to position the bag in between the clamps, and then I'm going to let go and hopefully seal my bag again. And there we go. It's folded, it's sealed, it's good to go for the next couple days, and for sandwich number 2, whenever I get around to it. I'm just gonna put these off to the side for now. that's all, folks. All right, we're doing chip talk real quick. Derek likes barbecue. Viv likes hot Cheetos or Takis. That's good. Viv loves red dye number 40. I don't know if that's a great thing to love because I've heard that it's not that great for you. But you know, you do you, Viv. I eat red dye all the time, so I'm here for it. I like Takis too, and hot Cheetos, but I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to spice. Sarah loves barbecue chips, and yeah, Nicole's favorite is barbecue too. Jay's Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar. I probably have to go with Ruffles, like Ruffles original or Ruffles sour cream and onion. I also like salsa sun chips or the Harvest cheddar sun chips, or like OG Lay's. The kettle ones are really good too. I love Lay's. Ruffles are probably my favorite though. Ruffles, maybe Pringles. Oh, I love chips in general. I love too many chips. Crab chips. I don't know about crab chips, Derek. I'm not a huge fan of seafood flavored chips, but I haven't tried them, so I won't knock them until I try it. Yeah, everybody, that's it. We got our sandwich. I'll take one more bite for good measure. Let me pick this bad boy up. Mmm. So good. And that's it, folks. That is Cooking with T Fizzle on this beautiful Wednesday. I want to say thank you to you guys for hanging around the whole show. Or even if you just popped in or showed up at the end. I just really appreciate you hanging out and stopping by, showing me some love. If you haven't gotten a chance to like the video, and if you feel like it, go ahead and hit that like button. You can subscribe to our channel. I don't have the little ticker that pops up, but I do want to give a shout out to mobility professionals and urology professionals. Mobility Pros is a DME company here in Southern California that helps with wheelchairs and other durable medical equipment. And their sister company, Urology Professionals, does catheter supplies, urological supplies. They sponsor Live to Roll. They're great companies that help support a lot of disabled people. And if you feel like you're struggling with a wheelchair that fits you or is the right one for you, or if you're struggling with regular catheter supplies, go give them some love. Mobility Professionals, Urology Professionals. They are awesome. And love you, Mama. Love you, Derek. Love you, Viv, Jay, Nicole, Sarah, Sharon, everybody. You guys are awesome. I'm just going to grab my keyboard over here. Make sure to not miss Wheel Girl Talk tomorrow with Brianna and the ladies. Should be an awesome show. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy my dinner. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and enjoy whatever you're up to, whatever you're eating, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday at our normal time, 3:30. Looking forward to it. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Love you guys. Live to roll.